Hey guys, just wanted to get on here and do a quick update, maybe process with you what we're anticipating for Wednesday. We talked about it a little bit on Sunday before we went out to the cookout, but then I realized after talking to several people this week that you weren't there. Either you were traveling or doing other things with your fathers or whatever. Maybe some of you were outside cooking. So a lot of you missed kind of this upcoming Wednesday update. So here's what we got down to. The last couple weeks we've been getting into the baptism of the Holy Spirit. We've been getting into the different spiritual gifts that are listed out, what that would look like for us in practical application. Towards the end of last week, we said we could break these out in like the healing and miracles and things, that we could break them out into smaller categories and be a little more detailed. And everybody seemed excited about that. Maybe we could go forward with that. But as I prayed about it, kind of the lesson from last week, which is also on YouTube, it all came down to, how do you know what to do when? How do you make this work in practical reality? And the answer always goes back to intimacy with the Lord. And that was one of the things we put on the board: intimacy with the Lord, intimacy with the Lord. Like, none of this works, knowing what to do when and how and when and why and when to just keep your mouth shut. Sometimes it's all born out of intimacy, meaning works and helps and gifts and miracles and all those things. It is an offspring, a byproduct of your intimate relationship with the Lord. And so as I prayed about how to move forward, the Lord made it very, very clear to me that we couldn't really move forward with more details or more teachings until we all learned what it means to go into the presence of the Lord, what it means to develop that intimate relationship with the Lord that actually changes you and molds and shapes you. So to be honest, I talked about this a little bit on Sunday. It's a very vulnerable thing. It's very vulnerable to let all of your guard down, all of your preconceived notions down, all of your expectations, all of your cares and worries and excitements, all of it, good and bad. Everything just you have to learn to find this off switch and then believe that God's going to show up. And he does every time. He's very faithful. It's a beautiful thing. It is easy for me and others I know to do that when they're alone. It's very easy to do it with other people that you trust and have a like-mindedness with. It is sometimes awkward and scary and hard to do in a large corporate gathering because of all the ideas and preconceived notions and things that are going on. And so what we said was, I don't take this stuff lightly. Like, I can, entering into a season where we're going to say, all right, at least this week, let's enter into the presence of the Lord and be changed by coming close to God. That is something that can easily kind of offend people or weird people out, or they don't know what to do with that. And it's not like it's wild and crazy and it's gonna, trigger something in you or like that. It's truly just coming to a place of pure rest and peace and inner joy, and you dropping all of your notions and ideas, and then that feeling that people talk about, it starts to become alive in you and around you and in the corporate. And the more people can do it together, the greater, it's like a fire. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's very beautiful. It's really hard to do it in a group setting. So what we said on Sunday was, if that's something you're hungry for, come with great expectation in your heart. Come with, maybe you've even sacrificed your right of worrying about things and stressing about things and choosing distraction over just being focused and present with the Lord leading up to that moment. Different things. I know that I have been preparing since Sunday for this Wednesday night moment, and I will continue to pray and trying to be as ready as possible, meaning be as close to the Lord, as rooted in him as possible when the time starts. What we also said was, if this is something that sounds weird and scary and you're not interested, then hey, don't worry about coming to that. We're going to have kids outside. Go work with the kids outside. I think as far as being fair with everybody, we don't really need a couple parents out there. We need, take turns. We need to be rotating in and out for this particular night. I'll get back out with the kids pretty soon here and just be out there like I was before. But I think this week we can just rotate in and out with the kids, parents with the kids. We're just going to go in. We're just going to go in and go for it. And if that's something that you're excited for, We're going to work through the hurdles and the fences that keep us out of that secret place. And we're going to get there as a group, and it's going to be beautiful. And honestly, I believe it's going to be a healthy thing for you going forward in your personal life. It's going to be a healthy thing for us as a group. I think it's going to become part of our culture. As I was speaking with someone earlier on the phone of knowing how to go into that place on demand is the secret sauce to life. Like, no matter what happens or goes wrong, you know the answer. I have to get away. I have to go find that secret place in the Lord and find his presence, and then all will be okay. And it doesn't matter if you're, whatever, losing your job or your head's about to get pulled off in front of a crowd of angry pagans. The presence of the Lord seems to overrule all things that are going wrong. It's our joy in life is that we have been baptized into a kingdom that escapes the human plight, and we get to live with peace and joy in our hearts. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll set up how to rotate the parents in and out throughout the thing. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. If you come in and you want to do this, you're not familiar with what this language means, you get into it and you realize that, yeah, this is not working. We want to try to work. Maybe we can try to, over on the side, work through why it's not working for you. And if you feel uncomfortable, you can just step out. It's all going to be okay. This is a time where we need everybody to be super vulnerable with one another. Be okay with letting your guard down in front of everybody. I know that this sounds more complicated than it really is. When we get into it, you'll see. It's good. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We will gather around 5 to eat as normal. We will eat. We've been really rushing through the meal because people don't get there on time, and the food's not always there on time with everybody bringing stuff. And so 6:45 is when we've been starting. Roughly, we're supposed to start at 5:30. Let's just say by 6 o'clock, the kids are completely outside. The adults are completely in. We're pressing into what we're doing, and we're going to run through, and we'll be done by 7:30, so the worship team can take over. But we're going to be hyper focused, and we're going to get a lot done in a short time. It's going to be great. See you then.